So first things first, I'm just gonna cross her feet and give her a little quad stretch. Just say, all right. Is that enough, Danielle?
Yeah.
As we said, she's been working out. Hill walker. Right? Some people, you could push their feet all the way to their glutes. Some people, maybe you'd stop here. With Danielle, we're about in the midline. And she's growling at me.
It's like super inflexible.
It's all good.
This should be more flexible.
We don't need to be flexible. We just want those muscles to be a little warmed up before we do a deep stretch, you know? It'll be, so it's not shocking. Sometimes I feel like I've done a nice little stretch. And while we were doing that, you could have pushed on the toes a little bit. I'm not big into toe work. I'm like, stay off my toes, homie. So I don't tend to work too much on people's toes unless they're into that biz. So I'm going to cross one foot underneath the other. I'm just going to give some easy compressions along the opposing hamstring, kind of in the IT band slightly. It's where it's where the hamstring's connecting in to the IT band, just to give a little attention. And then I'm going to shift my body away from the foot that is up in the air, right? So I'm facing my guns forward. I'm going to come in and have an overhand reach. I have my leg up here to support my back. I'm going to go ahead and take a deep breath in. And this nice part here in the QL, we're going to press there. And as she breathes out, and she told me that's enough. So you see where her range of motion is. As I lower the leg, I'm lowering slowly, still applying pressure in her QL. Deep breath in. And out. Remembering the same range of motion from last time, about here. So this is a great version if your arm to leg ratio is, if your client has a heavier leg, if your back is bothering you, you know, different things like that. This would be a great version. We want to go ahead and do the opposite side because we care about our friend. We want them to feel nice and balanced. So instead of pressing all my weight on Danielle here, because this can be very tender, I am just kind of leaning in and holding myself back some. Danielle, is that pressure good for you?
Great.
I figured so. Is that hurting your calf, having your foot push in? Janky ankle. Be aware of janky ankles and tight calves. As we're pressing this in, it might be too much for their calves. So do be aware, we can adjust it, no problem. So I'm coming up with, on my left knee, with my right knee in the air, I'm reaching around and over, doing a overhand grip on her knee. Take a deep breath in. And I'm leaning back into my left knee. We've already done this two sides and the other side, so I know about her range of motion, but the range of motion for the two sides will differ. Deep breath in. In. Perfect. So the last thing I'm going to show you before we switch. So that is one way to do it. The other way would be, we're going to grab the foot, stand across the body. I tell Danielle to take a deep breath in and breath out. I like to stand at about the hip because this is a general good place to stand. Relax your leg. There you go. To get a good range of motion. Am I hurting your ankle? Is this the bad ankle?
It is, but you're not hurting it.
But I'm not hurting it, pulling on it? Okay. And do be aware if a client or if your receiver has a issue with the sprains, twists, and they have a weak ankle, it might be easier for them. You pull from here. So I'm going to bring my foot up a little higher. I don't think she wants much more range of motion, but I'm going to give her a little bit more. Deep breath in. And is that range of motion good for you? Cool. A little more or no?
No.
Cool.
I know I'm oily, I'm sorry.
It's okay. So I'm being gentle with Danielle. She's got a hurt footsie. All right, you ready? Take a deep breath in. I'm bringing in my left foot high on the hip. Deep breath. And deep breath in. I'll like kind of swing the leg if you're like Danielle and they're holding it. Deep breath in. And very